And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday morning. And it is, let's see if we can get this thing to work right today. There we go. Let's check the forecast right away with not a meteorologist, but Paul Lash. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Paul.
Good morning.
I'm trying to go, good morning, Paul. Well, good morning, everybody.
Well, temperature downtown Jewett City right now is 70 degrees. It'll be cloudy skies this morning. Will become partly cloudy again this afternoon with highs around 88 degrees. But tonight, clear skies, lows around 62. And of course, for your Tuesday, sunny along with a few afternoon clouds. Highs will be around 88. And of course, for Tuesday evening, could be some occasional showers late at night, lows around 62. And that's your weather from SNSN on this Monday, 07/26/2021.
All right. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? How was your weekend? Good morning. Let's see. Hello, Laura. Good morning to you, and good morning, Thomas. It's nice to see you guys in there, bright and early.
Yeah.
With the bushy tails.
Bushy tails?
Yeah, on the best day of the week, Monday.
I think you're wrong.
We're gonna have that. We're gonna have this conversation all the time, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
On just how bad you don't like Mondays. I like Mondays.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't like Mondays.
All right. So who likes Mondays? Who doesn't like Mondays? I would like to know. Do you like Mondays? Do you not like Mondays? So if you are in the broadcast in the chat room right now, say like or dislike if you don't mind. Like or dislike on Mondays. See, I think Mondays is the day where everything gets started. You get ready to go, and
no.
Friday is kind of like, that was non-eventful.
Friday's a good day because you're looking forward to the weekend. And of course, Monday, the weekend's behind you and you're upset. You know, you're not feeling too good because you got to go back to work. By Tuesday, you're back in the grind again.
So in that case, why don't they just cancel Monday?
Why don't we? It's a good idea. Let's do a 4-day work week.
Laura says, why does it have to rain on my day off? Well, that's one thing yesterday. I will say that we were looking to have, it was just dreary yesterday for most of the day.
Yeah, it was cloudy all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were planning on, taking a dip in the pool and barbecuing and stuff. And you look up and it's like, oh, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I agree, Laura.
Yeah, it was not a very good day. Yeah. I mean, you could have probably
weather-wise,
but you could have done stuff outside because it really wasn't raining.
And now it's Monday and the sun is shining.
Always when you go back to work. You know that.
I do understand that.
Yeah.
That's the way it does seem to work.
Absolutely. Yeah. So.
So one of the things that the topics that I wanted to talk about this morning, was Little League Baseball. Wow! All of a sudden, everybody dumped out of the room. Holy crap! Where did everybody go? Well, anyway, Little League Baseball. Last week, it was the 11-12 All-Stars. They were playing up in Mansfield. And the first game, Jewett City beat Manchester 3-0. Second game, they beat Mansfield 5-1. Now, this is where it gets weird. On Thursday? Friday. They played Manchester again. Now, here's what I don't understand, and I guess I just want to understand it. I don't want to say it's right or it's wrong. But Jewett City was in the tournament at two wins, no losses. Manchester was in it 1 win, 1 loss. So I thought it was double elimination. So you have to lose 2 games. So Friday night, which I was wrong, it was just winner take all at that point. So Jewett City was losing 3-0. Then they tied it up 3-3. And then at the top of the 4th, Manchester got a run, making it 4-3. Okay. And that was that. So at the top of the 6th inning, it was about 20 after 8. Or maybe about 10 after 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it was starting to get very, very dark. And we were like, matter of fact, myself, John Harden, who was calling play-by-play with me, and Mr. Jewett City Emeritus Al Gear,
Mhm.
we were actually very, very surprised that the 6th inning started. We thought they were going to go ahead and postpone the game or suspend the game until the next day, Saturday. and the reason why I had thought that, now this is without looking at any rule book or anything, so I don't know what the rules state, but when we were at the district final for the 8 to 10-year-old girl softball, they had a game that they suspended because it was a championship game.
Yep.
So they suspended it, and we had to go back the next day for the 6th inning. So we did. And it turned out the Colchester beat Jewett City Preston Jewett City. And that was the end of it. But they did, instead of playing in the dark, they went ahead and, just said, we're going to come back the next day. Because, and that was a district thing. Now, sectionals, apparently the rules are different. So what they did is they rolled the game back to the end of the 4th, which would be a complete game. And Manchester was in the lead 4-3. So that's how they called the game. It was 4-3.
Doesn't sound very
for
fair.
Manchester.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very fair.
Well, I don't. Here's why I don't think it was fair. And again, this is not me, looking or knowing anything about a rule book.
Yeah.
In Little League baseball, but Manchester got to bat in the top of the 6th. Jewett City didn't get the option to bat in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah. Kind of makes it unfair.
Well, I think where it's quote unquote fair is they rolled it back to the 4th inning, where both had completed and Manchester won 4-3 at that point.
That's kind of a bummer. That's a hell of a way to lose a championship.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that they would have called it and went back and played. Since
I would have thought.
Since it was a championship game.
Well, that's what I would have thought that they would have done, but
Yeah.
apparently the rules are a little bit different between district play and sectional play, because there's district and there's sectionals and there's states.
Yeah.
So the Jewett City 11-12s, the 11-12-year-old boys did not get a chance to go to states because of I guess a technicality.
That's exactly what it was.
You
It's
know, so-
unfortunate. Yeah.
So it's kind of a
And why would the
a
rules
bummer.
be different? What the hell's the difference?
I
The rules
don't
are rules
know.
for Little League. Why
So-
would they be different?
I don't know. And
That's
matter of
stupid.
fact, I was told by somebody that, which I'm not going to name this person, but they said that the rules are different between district play and sectional play.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, for example, Jewett City hadn't lost. So even if they did lose, then both teams were 2-1.
Right.
Shouldn't they have played?
You would think so. Another game.
Right. Now
Yeah.
they do that on the district level, but I guess sectionals is different. So
Well, that's too
and
bad.
that's all that I know.
It's a hell of a way to. Well, it's a hell of a way to win. I mean, think about Manchester. Did they really win it fairly?
Well,
Not really.
according to the rule book, yes.
Yeah.
And that rule book is there for a reason, so
Yeah.
sometimes the rules work in your favor, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. If Grizzle would have been winning,
Or Jewett City.
I'm
I made that. You know how
Same
many times
mistake.
I made that
Yeah,
mistake?
you
Yeah.
think-
Yeah.
yeah. If Jewett City would have. If Jewett City would have been winning in the 4th inning, and then they would have got it, but it still wouldn't have been fair to Manchester. Well,
Yeah.
Mansfield.
No. The last game was Manchester.
Manchester,
You were
yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
You were correct.
So that wouldn't have been fair to them either. So, well, that's unfortunate. But they did get that far. But I guess rules are rules. Nothing we can do. About it.
I do think that they should have been able to play.
Yeah,
but
I think you're right.
I think the parents thought the same thing too. I mean, and then it got nasty. It got
Yeah.
nasty between some of the parents. I thought some of them were going to start throwing hands.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
they were yelling at each other, screaming at each other, and really right behind us. And I'm like watching, I'm going, and I looked at Harden. I said, this is going to be a brawl. It's going to start here.
Only because they weren't treated fairly. I mean, if Mansfield wouldn't have
Manchester.
wouldn't have got up in the sixth inning,
it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered because they rolled it back to the fourth.
But they shouldn't have let them get up to bat. If they were going to let one get up to bat, they should have let the other one get up to bat. Just finish the game.
Well, they went ahead and they rolled it back, so it was fair to quote unquote fair to both teams as far as a completed inning, which was the fourth. So like let's say it was a rain delay, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't going to get the game in. It's a complete game after 4 innings. So like in the major league, it's complete after 5 or 4.5, depending if the home team is up.
Oh.
So I guess you have to look at it that way too. So
the rule book said it had to be done by 8:30.
I don't know. See, no, that's another thing. It was brought up that there was a time limit, but I don't know if there was a time limit during sectional, like a hiccups all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a sectional thing or they just wait for the sun to go down. Now here's the other variable. And it's like if you look at it, it's like everything played against Jewett City without Jewett City and those boys having anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the first thing. It was a rain delay.
So that delayed the game.
So the game didn't start till like 6:30, 6:40.
There you go.
That was one thing right there, right?
Yep.
And then there was a play that was disputed.
Which killed time.
Which took about 15, 20 minutes.
There you go.
So now you have almost an hour of play that was taken away. One for a rain delay. I mean, again, nothing you can control.
Right.
Unless you're playing in a dome. But one thing that I think they should have done is they should have played at a park with lights.
Yeah.
Why they didn't do that, I'm not sure.
No.
Especially in a game with this magnitude. Right?
Yeah. Well.
And then somebody said to me yesterday, boys will be all right. It's just baseball. They're little kids.
No, it's not the way to look at it. It's not the way to look at it.
All right. Now, this was somebody external from baseball.
Yeah.
Or external from Little League play.
Yeah.
So I just looked at this person and I said, that is so far from the truth. I went on a little bit of a diatribe of saying, I know a lot of things in my life, I said, started with Little League baseball. It really did, Paul.
Right.
I have lifelong friends that I made, with different kids.
Sure.
Not only that, but I mentioned you.
Yeah.
I said, I have a gentleman that comes in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I said, he was a parent. And I said, now he's become a mentor and a friend, and he's been at the station I said, this started with Little League baseball. I said, if I didn't play with his son and get to know Paul Lash, then
right.
Paul, you probably wouldn't be here now.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's like, it all started then.
Yeah.
I remember that I hit a home run in Little League baseball, and it was like, wow. And the accolades of people slapping you on the helmet and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because it turned out to be a game winner.
Right.
And it's like everybody gets that moment in the sun.
Yep.
That was mine.
Yeah.
I remember hitting that ball just like then. I can still see it in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
This all started with Little League baseball.
Yeah.
So, all right, what am I? 55 now, right? This was 43 years ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah. And I can still remember it. I can still see it. I can still remember going over to Buzzy's on 138 to get hamburgers and hot dogs and ice cream. because Stacy Siegel, who now lives in Florida,
Mhm.
his dad owned the restaurant, which is now 138. What is it? It's on Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. It's changed a lot.
Yeah, but it's been
It's been gyros on 138, something on 138.
yeah, but it's been the same owners for quite some time now, which is
yeah, it has
good.
been.
So
Yeah,
so they, which they're doing pretty good.
right.
But that is that's the deal, man.
Yeah.
Everything
That's right.
started for me and a lot of other boys and girls
Yeah.
with Little League Baseball.
Sure. There's been a lot of movies that have been out. Kid movies
Sure.
where they remember when they replay when they played in Little League Baseball and how they missed the pitch. There's been a couple movies that way where
Yeah.
then they go back in real life and they're able to hit that pitch, that they missed or struck out. So, I mean, it's a disappointment. They'll remember that disappointment, even though
Absolutely.
they're going to remember that. Yeah, how they lost and how they lost.
Okay. All right. So you're exactly 100% right, Paul. And you see, you just brought something up that I didn't remember. And I was on the Braves. So this is back when we had 8 teams.
Yeah.
We had 4 in the National League and 4 in the American League. So we played in the Braves, and my third year we had 6 12-year-olds. So we had a really, really stacked team.
Yep.
So we went and we won the National or the National League title. And then the Red Sox in the Little League won the American League. Now we were 14-2 because we played 16 games, and they were 16-0. So we had to play 2 out of 3 against them for the This wasn't even all-stars. This was just team play.
Sure.
For the town title, the borough title.
Right.
So we have a young man in here right now, Nico. Said he played Jewett City this year in the All-Stars. Nico, who do you play for? What team did you play for? You play for 11-12s, 13-14s? Which one? I'd like to know. So they were heavily favored, the Red Sox, because they were undefeated, right? And they also were stacked with a bunch of kids. We played Norwich. You're talking about Norwich Preston? All right, Norwich Preston. You guys were good. It was a shame that you guys ended up losing because you guys were really good. I mean, unfortunately, one team has to win, one team has to lose. But Norwich Preston was a darn good team. It wasn't an easy game at all.
Yeah.
So we lost the first game. We lost it like 13-1. We got murdered. So we're all down and we're all depressed. Next thing, we got to come back the next day. So we did, and we won 4-3. We were so psyched because we were the only team to beat them. But now we had to go to the third team, third game.
Yeah.
Well, we lost.
Oh boy.
And I remember that now.
Okay, there you go.
Little League Baseball. So much starts with Little League Baseball, Little League Softball, high school sports.
Yeah.
There's so much that happens with sports. How many memories, friends, extended families, there were a few guys that we ended up being buddies right through high school.
Sure.
Then some people end up going their separate ways. Some people not.
Yeah.
So Nico you're the shortstop for the 11-12s. So Nico, let me ask you a question. Being an all-star, did you enjoy all-star play this year? Did you at least have fun with it? They played Jewett City. A couple times. So yeah, I thought it was yeah. It's really incredible. It's really incredible that you so these boys now they have no idea what kind of an impact that what they just accomplished and how far they went.
Yeah.
How that's going to impact them going forward,
Sure.
into their adult lives and how many memories they are going to actually take with them.
Oh yeah.
And you don't know that until you're 55.
Well, they'll
So-
probably look back, when their kids are playing Little League and they'll say, oh, yeah, I remember that. I know what happened when we lost.
I and another thing is one of the parents, the Brent's wife, Michelle, Brent D'Amico was the manager of the team.
Yeah.
Michelle said to me, she thanked me for carrying the games, and I went, whoa. Honestly, I said I should be thanking you guys because every time, somebody got a base hit, made a great catch, one of the pitchers, struck a few batters out on the other team, I'm reliving this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm picturing myself back out on that field, playing third base, pitching, playing first base, playing center field. I was reliving the whole thing. It brought so many memories back to me.
Sure.
So really covering Little League baseball, which is something I should have done 5 freaking years ago, what I didn't do. It was probably the most selfish thing that I've done at this radio station. Serious. Because I just remembered everything. I wanted to call every single game out of selfishness. Because I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to relive that a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Wow.
Nico, who is your English teacher? You said she is my English teacher. Who's that?
Must be somebody you just mentioned.
I don't know.
Oh, you just mentioned somebody's wife.
Yeah, I didn't know she was a teacher, to be honest with you.
Oh. Well.
Could be. I didn't know.
So now you go on to the next level.
Yeah. Well, we've been also carrying the 13-14s.
Yeah.
The 13-14-year-olds.
And where are they now?
Well, they are in the States.
They're in the States. This is the one they're going to be in Stanford you talked about?
No. The 11-12-year-old
would have went to Stanford.
Would have gone
I got you.
to Stanford.
Yeah.
But there's only 4 teams left. And honestly, Manchester's one of them. I don't know who the other 3 are. But 13-14-year-old boys are starting state finals today. And those boys are going to be playing Torrington in Windsor. And it's a game that we will be carrying right here on SNSN. So, so it's a best out of 3. And the 13-14-year-old boys is another team that is absolutely stacked with talent.
Yeah. And you wonder what the rules are. Are they different now because they're older kids?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that seemed to have happened with the 11-12s going from district to sectional.
Yeah. You kind of wonder, is the rules the same?
Yeah.
Older kids may have different rules. Maybe they can play till 8:35.
It's definitely been an experience for me, and who knows, what the what the rules are. What the rules are going to be.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So all right, so we've beaten the tar out of Little League a little bit, and we're fortunate to be able to bring those games to you. And like I said, it's a selfish thing for me because I get to relive it, and so yeah, it's fun, and yeah, we doing a service, and that's great. I'm so glad that you're able to watch it and watch it over and over and over and over again. But honestly, it was me remembering being a 12-year-old fat kid having a good time and not caring, and the only thing I was worried about, and most of the kids on my team, we were worried about. So what parent is going to buy us our treat at the end of the game at the concession stand?
Yeah.
Everybody got like 25 cents. And that was enough.
Yeah, because everything was cheap back
I
then.
know. And yeah, like you did it a lot.
No, I remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mr. Lash is going to go ahead and buy treats today. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, it was always one of the parents, or so it was really, really cool.
And back then there was a lot of arguments going on.
You still are.
I mean, there were, man, I'll tell you, a lot of parents were getting into it.
So just to give you an idea, all right, the parents, right? That's one
Yeah.
thing. What about the kids? What was their mode?
They didn't care.
All right. So when they were trying to figure it, just to give you an idea, when they were trying to figure out, do we keep playing? Is it too dark? Do we start the 6th? Do we screw Jewett City out of the bottom of the 6th? Yes. But, this is what they were deciding.
Yeah.
You know what the kids were doing? They were dancing.
Oh boy.
They were having a dance-off between Jewett City and Manchester. And they're playing Sweet Caroline. And they're going, so good, so good, so good, back and forth like you do at Fenway Park.
Yeah.
This is what the kids were doing. They didn't give a shit, what the parents were yelling about. They were just having a good time.
Yeah.
And then what do you think happened? They started doing the worm.
Wow.
They were having a worm contest. These are just 11, 12-year-old little boys. So that's how it reacted, okay? And then yesterday, guess what? The parents took them to Hooters.
Really?
Yeah. For wings and things.
Oh.
All right.
Hooters.
Hooters, yeah.
I didn't
But
think
apparently it was boobs and beer.
Oh,
So
I didn't think Hooters was still open.
there was one of the in Rhode Island.
Oh.
And I was watching this thread, and all the boys were practicing their pickup lines.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Hey, can you be my pinch hitter? All right, so we're going to talk about other things like, you know what? Let's talk politics. We haven't talked politics in a while.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, the first selectman race in Grizzled is starting to ramp up. Hooters. Wings and things, yeah. Boobs and beer, yeah.
The flagship for Griswold High School sports, and your home for local news and weather.
Broadcasting from Main Street in the borough of Jewett City.
The Streeting News and Sports Network, SNSN.
Breaking news this hour at townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. It's a make or break week on President Biden's top priority, an infrastructure deal. Here's correspondent Ken Lorman.
One major roadblock is how much money should go to public transit, but spending on water projects, broadband, and other areas remains unresolved, as is tapping COVID-19 funds to help pay for it. As discussions continue, the group's lead Republican negotiator says both sides are about 90% there. Senate Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants a vote before the August recess. Ken Lorman reporting.
For the first time in her Olympic career, American swimmer Katie Ledecky had to settle for a silver medal, but says she appreciates how Australia's Ariana Titmus makes the freestyle race much more competitive.
We've only raced a handful of times, I guess probably on average like once a year over the last 5 years, and so just each race, it's always a tough race, and that's something that motivates you in training. I think that's motivated her, that's motivated me, and when we meet up, it's always a great race.
The United Nations says casualties among women and children are on the rise in Afghanistan. Here's correspondent Charles De La Desma.
The new UN report finds that more women and children were killed and wounded in Afghanistan in the first half of 2021 than in the first 6 months of any year since the group began systematically keeping count in 2009. The figure amounts to a 47% increase compared to the period last year. Nearly 1,700 civilians killed and well over 3,000 wounded. The Taliban have swiftly captured significant territory in recent weeks, border controls with several neighboring countries, and are threatening a number of provincial capitals. I'm Charles De La Desma.
More of these stories at town.com.
tell me Relief Factor is so successful in or eliminating pain? I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son, founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discounted to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
Angie's List is now Angie. Summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From lawn care to a new patio, Angie makes it simple to connect with pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the happiness guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm.
While the pandemic disrupted family life across the U.S., some parents took to homeschooling and many don't want to quit now.
The specific reasons vary. Some families who spoke with the Associated Press have children with special needs. Others want a faith-based curriculum or say their local schools are flawed. The common denominator, they tried homeschooling and found it beneficial. Nikki Warris was a teacher and started out homeschooling her daughters, then turned it into a business.
People are looking for options. They want a different option. They've seen a side that they don't like, of other schools, of the school system in general.
The U.S. Census Bureau reports the rate of households homeschooling rose to 11% by last September, more than doubling from 6 months earlier. I'm Julie Walker.
NBC says an estimated 17 million people in the U.S. saw the opening of the Tokyo Olympics, a 36% decrease from the kickoff of the Games in Rio de Janeiro 5 years ago. Breaking news at townhall.com. California's largest wildfire merged with a smaller blaze and destroyed homes in remote areas over the weekend, areas that had limited access to firefighters. Meanwhile, numerous other blazes gained strength and threatened property across the U.S. West. The massive Dixie Fire had already leveled a dozen houses and other structures when it tore through the tiny community of Indian Falls after dark on Saturday. New push to protect wild Atlantic salmon in Maine is unlikely to land the fish on the endangered list. Here's Bernie Bennett.
Atlantic salmon once teemed in U.S. rivers, but now return from the sea to only a handful of rivers in eastern and central Maine. The fish are protected at the federal level under the U.S. Endangered Species Act, but a coalition of environmental groups and scientists said the fish could be afforded more protections if they were added to Maine's own list of endangered and threatened species. The environmentalists who want to see the fish on the state list said they're going to keep pushing for it and other protections. I'm Bernie Bennett.
More of these stories at townhall.com.
The 9 a.m. report on the streaming news and sports network is being brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want, eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
I love working here because of the people, and I get to work with my family every day.
Come to Charlene's Diner for the best breakfast you've ever had.
That was Brittany and Matt from Charlene's Diner on Main Street in Jewett City. There are only a few things that have been able to stand the test of time in Jewett City, and one of them just happens to be Charlene's Diner, who just celebrated their 40th anniversary in business. How do you stay in business that long in a small town like Jewett City? It's a simple recipe, really great food and friendly service. And of course, family. You'll feel like family too because you'll always be greeted with a smile that makes you feel like you're right at home. Stop by for breakfast or lunch 7 days a week. If you don't have any time, well, that's no problem. Order ahead and your food will be waiting for you when you walk into Charlene's door. You can find Charlene's Diner on Facebook too. Stop in and join the family for breakfast or lunch today.
I'm Charlene. Come to Charlene's Diner and order what you want and eat what you get.
This is a news update from the Streaming News and Sports Programming Network, SNSN. On Sunday at about 7:16 p.m., members of Plainfield Police and the Plainfield Fire Department, along with the American Legion ambulance, responded to Canterbury Road at the intersection of Weston Road for the report of a two-vehicle crash with injuries. Upon arrival, it was learned that a 2004 Subaru Legacy being operated by 38-year-old Amanda Ducharme of Danielson was pulling onto Canterbury Road from Weston Road and pulled into the travel path of a motorcycle. The motorcycle, a 2001 Harley Davidson, being operated by 34-year-old James Simino of Griswold, struck the Subaru as it was entering onto Canterbury Road. As a result of the collision, Simino received head injuries as well as multiple other injuries. He was transported by American Legion ambulance to Plainfield Bacchus Emergency Center, where he was later transported by LifeStar to Hartford Hospital, where he is listed in stable condition. Due to the extent of the injuries that Simino received, the Connecticut State Police Collision Analysis and Reconstruction Squad, otherwise known as CARS, they were contacted and requested to respond to the scene. Canterbury Road remained closed until about 10:45. At this time, this case remains under investigation. There is going to be another food box distribution, and it's going to be today from 3:30 to 5:30 in the afternoon. Now, please note that time because the food distribution box giveaways were predominantly in the morning, but now they are going to be from 3:30 to 5:30 in the afternoon to be more accommodating to people's work schedule. It's going to be at the Griswold Senior Center / Town Hall, 22 Sewell Street in Jewett City. Please enter through the Senior Center parking lot, and they will guide you through there. The food box is free. There's no paperwork. It's first come, first serve until they run out. Just stay in your car, wear a mask, and they will put the box in your car for you. So the mobile food pantry food box distributions continue. And again, Monday, July 26th, starting at 3:30 until they run out. The Griswold Sunflower 6K is right around the corner, and they need volunteers. They need your help. The Sunflower 6K is looking for volunteers for 4 hours on Sunday, August 8th. Free staff race shirt and free ice cream. How can you beat that? Need volunteer hours for college applications or scouts? They can supply a volunteer letter as well. Message the group, Griswold Sunflower 6K, and they will get you all the details. Now, volunteer stations include hand out water at water stations during the race, give out T-shirts and bibs before the race, and many others. That's the Griswold Sunflower 6K looking for volunteers for Sunday, August 8th. Well, the first selectman race for Griswold is all set, as we know that Todd Babbitt will be seeking a third term here in Griswold, and his opponent once again will be Dana Bennett, who was unanimously nominated by the Republican Town Committee. So it'll be Babbitt versus Bennett 2 for the first selectman spot here in Griswold coming up this election season.
The 9 a.m. report on SNSN has been brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want. Eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
All right, let's take a look at the forecast right now for Eastern Connecticut. Here is Paul Ash.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature downtown Jewett City is 72 degrees. Pretty much sun and clouds today, kind of mixed. Highs will be around 88 degrees. Could be a little wind around between 5 to 10 miles per hour. But tonight, clear skies, lows around 62 degrees. And of course, for your Tuesday, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, highs will be around 88 degrees. Again, the wind will continue to blow a little between 5 and 10 miles per hour. And of course, for Tuesday night, cloudy with occasional shower, possibly late at night, lows around 63. And that's your weather from SNSN on this Monday, 07/26/2021.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Yep.
So, I'm completely amazed every single day.
Yeah.
Well, I have asked people, what is it you would like us to do? And we will do it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as we want news. We want news. We want news and talk. Okay, so we do news and talk. So you put on the news, everybody freaking leaves. Or, well, I don't really count Facebook and stuff like that, you know, to be honest with you, because that stuff. I mean, the people that watch us on the stream and everything, that's like 10% of the people that, you know. I mean, I count you. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I do. It's just as far as the amount of people that are actually paying attention to what we're doing. But
Yep.
but yeah, when we put on news, boom, everybody on social media, they blitz, man. It's like, yep.
Yeah. Well,
I want to watch Katie Couric or something.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, a lot of people have had it with the news.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know,
I
they
think
don't
so
want to hear
too.
it. And me personally, I turn it off. I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
News. No.
So it gets confusing. It's like when people say, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, and you give them that, and they go, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that.
Yeah. I mean, I think if it's strictly local news, you probably get a little. I mean, people probably don't turn that off. But as soon as you start talking national news, nobody wants to hear what they're doing in D.C.
Yeah.
You know, I don't.
You don't?
No, because what they're doing sometimes just ticks me off, and I don't want to hear it.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. So people probably feel the same way.
So we've been we've had an offering of this shirt that I just put up on the screen. It says Jewett City, Connecticut. It takes a village. Village is crossed out and says borough. People have really reacted to that.
Oh,
I'm serious. They're
proud of the borough.
They're showing their borough pride. And I don't know, just over the weekend, we sold like 20, 25 shirts.
Wow.
I just think maybe it'll be cool that if people are going to go down to the carnival and the fireworks in the borough not this weekend, but next weekend. So another almost 2 weeks before that happens. People wear their borough T-shirts.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get one of my own.
Huh?
Mine's going to say Grizzle. It's going to cross out borough and put it in town.
Grizzled. We own the borough.
Well,
they don't, but
I know.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of, but yeah, a lot of people are showing their borough pride.
Yeah, good.
By picking up a Jewett City Borough shirt.
Great.
And by the way, it's shown here on the screen in gray. But the popular one is black with white lettering.
Wow.
That's been the popular one.
Gotcha.
So you can get it in black, white, or gray, whichever one you want.
Yeah.
Then there's the vampire shirt. Vampire capital of New England, Jewett City, Connecticut. Sometimes we suck, sometimes we bite.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
well, that's cool.
So those are available, but this one's been the popular one.
Wow.
Yeah, the Jewett City one.
Like I said, it's good to see the people in the borough who are proud of the borough.
Yeah, it is good to see.
Yeah,
good
to see.
And then there's Kevin Trahan. For no apparent reason. Hi, Kevin. Yeah. So, as far as local sponsors are concerned, with Little League Baseball, they've been aplenty, and we really appreciate it. For example, for the 11-12s, Advanced Automotive over on Route 138, they have been with us, right through it all.
Mm-hmm.
Highway Campers.
Wow.
Family owned and operated since 1967. Again, right through the whole thing.
That's great.
The Burns Agency in Norwich and Dayville.
Wow.
Yep. You'll buy better at Burns. Go to burnsagency.com to find out why. Then, of course, the Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Yeah, there you
Your
go.
home community bank.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to all these folks. Oh, hello.
Howdy.
He's back.
He just came in because he wanted to be on the show. That's all. That's the only reason why Austin came in today.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. He's getting
Paul invited me back forward.
I did. I invited
He's
him.
getting superstar syndrome, man. I'm telling you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Is there a microphone for me? Is there, me? Can I get on here? Me?
Paul's like, Austin, you coming back, or are you just gonna stay? You just gonna stay back here? And I'm like, I mean, I'm just working. I don't know. He's like, well, come on back. And I'm like, okay.
Me? On the air? Me? No, no. Me?
Little old me? No.
No.
It's funny. My mom actually called me and she's like, "Are you at work? Did you go to work today? Dad didn't see you on the show." And I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm in the back doing, everything else that needs to get done."
Because I was sick today.
Yeah.
I was sick.
Yeah.
And then I had to do this.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah. Goodness sakes alive.
So what did I come back to? What did I interrupt?
Nothing.
Nothing really.
Oh, jeez.
We were talking Little League Baseball for quite some time.
Yeah. Well, you could have been because you were involved with the Little League Baseball stuff.
Well, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really only involved in like 3 or 4 games, I think, right?
Recently, I think so, yeah. But not like last week, yeah, because I was there Sunday, Tuesday. Yeah, I was only there Sunday and Tuesday. Or no. Yeah.
I think you've done about 4 games, 4, maybe 5 total. Little League.
Yeah.
I think so. Because I know I did a couple of the 13, 14-year-old games, and then I did.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
What about that night we did 13, 14-year-olds over at the high school and packed it up and hucked it on down to the Little League field to carry that game?
Yeah, that was that was something. Yeah, because I remember we did all their opening games when they were going into when they first started their All Stars. Because it was what? Now I'm trying to think of all the teams they played.
Norwich Preston, Colchester, Willimantic.
Yeah.
Those are the 11,
Coventry.
12s. Coventry. Yeah.
Because I was there for those. I was there for all those games, and then I'm trying to think.
So you were there for more than I thought.
Yeah, I was there for a lot of them, and then I'm trying to think of because I remember the day that we first started covering the Little League, and Brent D'Amico had gotten a hold of you, and we just finished up the show, and I'm recording my spotlights and doing whatever, getting the clips for the show for the Facebook page and everything. And Mike knocks on my door and he opens the door and he's like, "Hey, are you free to go over to the Little League field?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Well, I got something here for you." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "All right." So probably around noon we got up and went over to the Little League field. There we go. Little League food.
I think Austin's hungry because I am too. Little League food.
Yeah. Hot dogs and pretzels.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with hot dogs and pretzels.
No, ain't nothing wrong with it. Pretzel dogs. What is it? Auntie Anne's pretzel dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Man, now I'm hungry.
I haven't eaten anything this morning. Just having my coffee.
I had a bowl of cereal. That's about it.
What? Oh, really? So did Paul. What did you have for cereal?
What'd you have?
I had Honey Nut Cheerios.
Wow. Now you two are freaking out. Now, did you have Honey Nut Cheerios too? Jeez.
Yep. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Nice.
I was eating the regular Cheerios, but then they don't have anything on them for a little flavor.
I had Fruity Pebbles
I
made
switched
with
to Honey Nut. Yeah. Could be good for your cholesterol.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So
I had Fruity Pebbles made with actual pebbles.
Mike was kicking rocks.
That's crunchy.
That's crunchy.
Well, it's a good way to clean your teeth.
Yeah, and not only that, but it will not wilt in milk.
Yeah, true.
No, not at all.
It's high in minerals.
Wow. Now, what is your favorite cereal of all time? Mine is Count Chocula.
Really?
Ooh, that is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I used to eat shredded mini wheats,
Mm.
but because they got sugar on them, I got away from them because they have a lot of sugar. So
I'd ask people in the Facebook room to participate, but they don't. They don't. It's like they just watch. I watch you, boo boo. You know, that's what they do.
they don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to admit what they eat.
Yeah.
What was that? Probably my favorite's got to either be Cinnamon Toast Crunch or
I like that one. I like that one.
Ooh, I'm trying to think. Frosted Flakes are also really good.
My daughter likes those, but they just get too soggy for me.
True.
They do get soggy.
You got to eat them fast.
Oh yeah, they're a very fast cereal. I agree, Mike. That's
Or just don't put any milk in it.
True. Also true.
Yeah.
Also very true.
You know, but they get real silent. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Count Chocula.
My wife eats Special K.
Special K is good. Yeah.
Yeah, she eats a lot of Special K.
It's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what about colon blow? You ever had colon blow?
Wait.
Did you ever see what was it, like Wheaties or the commercial for Wheaties? It's that, you know, it'll
Is that
take
some kind of a chocolate
it'll
cereal?
take this many bowls of Wheaties to equal one bowl of Life cereal or something like that for all the minerals and blah 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 fiber. Well, colon blow. It was a commercial they did on Saturday Night Live, one of those fake
Oh,
ones.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember you saying
It'll take total. It'll take 1,350,000 bowls. And it shows them stacked all the way to the sky. Bowls of total to equal the fiber in one bowl of colon blow.
Yeah, you're right, because there was a commercial that did do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't watch much Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that was old. That one was before you were even born.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when Bruce Jenner won the decathlon, right? They did a takeoff on that. It was John Belushi. And he was like, John Belushi, you've just won the decathlon. How did you do it?
Oh, so it's old.
Yeah. And then he just goes, I did it by eating little chocolate donuts.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. So let's talk Griswold for a minute.
Okay.
So we found out about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago that Todd Babbitt was going to be seeking a third term as first selectman in the town of Griswold.
Mhm.
And we now found out, I found out that Dana Bennett is now going to be running. She's officially running now for the first
So
selectman spot.
we're back the way we were 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Babbitt Bennett 2.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
We got a break dance.
So-
I got a break dance for the week. No votes, just break dancing. You know, and it's the damn East German judge that screws everything up.
So do we know any running mates?
Paul Ash.
No.
Paul Ash.
No, not me.
No. I don't know. No, all I know so far is it's Babbitt and Bennett.
Gotcha.
Paul, why don't you run for first selectman?
No.
Come on. You got a lot of experience.
No.
You're on the Public Health and Safety Board, for crying out loud.
Not interested.
He is not interested.
Not
I was asked to run a couple of things. And I went, no. No. Come on. No.
No.
But no. No.
Yeah. You need some young blood. Take the count.
Huh?
You need somebody that's going to look forward.
How about no? Yeah, but I think you also have to have somebody with young blood, but also has a
Background and knowledge.
or has an idea of what's going on, you know, in town politics.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's like down Stamford Way, and I don't remember the name of the town. It's one of the smaller towns, but somebody there was a young kid who was like 19 years old, won the first selectman job.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I forget, I don't remember the girl's name in New Britain, but she won that job. She was like 24.
Yeah, she's still mayor.
She's still mayor.
Yeah. Her father was big in politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
so
think
she had a
she's-
leg up, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, people knew who she
Yeah,
was.
because
so,
she's been in politics. Well, family's been in politics all her life. So
yeah.
Yep.
I think she's doing. I mean, I don't know her. I mean, I thought she was doing a pretty good job. I don't hear many people complaining about her. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I certainly don't have any complaints.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will.
Still a long ways to go between now and November. Yeah. So.
But it'll come quicker than you think, Paul.
Am I what?
I said it will come quicker than you think.
Oh yeah, it will. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with
Who the running mates will be.
I don't you know when it's a selecting race, I don't think the running mates really have. They don't have.
Well, not really
anything
running mates, but people who are looking for second and third. Yeah. So.
I don't think, but I don't think that really has anything to do with how it's never impacted me, on how I vote for first selectman. Who the second and third are.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it
Well, the
depends if you're
second is determined by the number of votes anyway.
second and third.
Yeah. So
Second and third.
difference. Yeah.
And there was one time, wasn't it, that the second selectman actually got more votes than the first selectman? But because they weren't running for the position, they didn't get it. So I think it was Steve Merchant.
Was it?
I think it was Steve that actually got more votes for the selectman position than the first selectman got. So
Nice.
that was like 4 years ago.
Nice.
It happens.
Well, I guess we kind of knew that who the people were going to run anyway, based on some of the things that happened in
I
town.
don't know who's going to run.
I mean, as far as the selectman's position go, we kind of had it figured out long before.
See, I don't know if Pico's going to run because he doesn't. I don't think he works for Summers anymore.
I don't think so.
He's got a job at the State House.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to run again for selectman. Could, I mean, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there'll be somebody that'll run.
Huh?
Somebody will come up from the Republican side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they already have an idea.
Do you think Grabowski will run again?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody else.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody else somewhere, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out.
So Bennett and Babbitt. Babbitt Bennett.
Yeah. Well, interesting. Well, we kind of knew that anyway. We kind of
knew
guessed-
that was going to happen.
We knew that was
yeah.
going to happen based on things that were happening throughout the town.
Uh-huh.
We kind of figured that. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you think it'll fly? Right now, if we were to do an exit poll. If we were to do an exit poll right now, how do you think, before any of the campaigning, how do you think it would go? Or do you not want to put yourself out there?
It's hard to say.
You don't have to put yourself out there.
Yeah. It's hard to say right now.
Okay. And you don't live in town, so
Yeah, I don't live in town, so
Yeah.
can't vote anyway.
we know Tracy Hansen is running again in Voluntown, and Tom Sparkman is looking for his 86th term.
Yeah. He's been around a long, long time.
You didn't get the joke, did you?
I know, 86th term.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was running when Lincoln was president.
No, it's his third. I think it's his 13th.
Yeah.
It's 13th.
Well, if you do a good job.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. I mean, we've had selectmen have been in for quite a few years.
Look, every selectman, every mayor, has their promoters and they have their detractors.
Yeah. I mean, if
You
you
know?
do a good job for the town, why would you not get reelected?
True.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. I mean, that's why I asked you, what you thought, but you said too early to tell.
Yeah. Well, only because I think there's going to be some political backfeed that's occurred over the last couple months.
Mhm.
I think that's all going to come back to a head. Again, that's going to be one of the political things that they're going to bring up, and they're going to use that against the candidate.
Okay.
That's what I think.
You said the candidate. So, but you're not saying who.
Well, I think it's going to be Hills against Todd.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be a mudslinging campaign?
It could be.
Could be.
Definitely. And there are, based on some of the things that we've seen on Grizzle now, based on.
Oh, Grizzle now.
I understand. Well, I understand that, but that's mudslinging.
Yeah.
True.
So there are some people. out
Anytime
there-
you go on Grizzled now, you'll guaranteed to find some sort of mudslinging.
Oh yeah, you will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
From something and have nothing to do with politics.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, but I think there'll be a little bit of mudslinging going on.
Okay.
And I hope people can, do the right thing.
What is the right thing?
Vote for the right candidate.
Okay, but
That's the right thing.
But see, no, that's
See,
you
I
can't really ask that question because the right candidate to you may be the wrong candidate to
Right.
me.
Well, do you mean like vote for the person that they think is right, Paul?
Absolutely. That's
okay.
of
That's,
course.
okay,
All right.
that's
Of
what you
course.
mean.
That's what.
Okay.
I was trying to start mudslinging.
Yeah.
No, no, you wouldn't have it.
I mean, sometimes mudslinging can turn around and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
You know, people don't like to have that. If you're positive about something and ignore the
It turns me off.
it turns a lot
It
of people
instantly turns
off.
me
Look
off.
what's happened in Washington with all those things that went on. It's turned people off. So, you know, if you really want to become a good candidate, you really have to be positive and not go after somebody's throat. You know?
Yeah, when it comes to politics and stuff like that, if you want to debate, you know, the issues and stuff like that, but when you
Correct.
start throwing mud at each other and stuff,
Not good.
that's when I'm checked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Or one person's throwing it at somebody else, that's where I'm. You know what? You want me to get you to not to vote for you?
That's it.
Start throwing mud to the other candidate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, trying to slander.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it could go either side.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
But that's one that I won't.
Yeah.
No, I
You know what
completely agree.
You know what I hope for the most? People go out and vote.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope they just go out and vote.
yeah. See, this is not a major
Election.
going on this year. 2024, yeah, but not now.
Right.
So
Yeah, but I mean, and I think we've all said it, and we've all said it enough times. Going out, getting information, and then voting on the candidate that you think is going to best represent you in the town and actually going out and getting that voter interaction, doing something is what's going to get you to where you want to be instead of complaining about it online.
Mm.
You know, actually interacting with the community and getting the information you want on the person that you want to represent you in the community, what you think is going to be best for the town, and voting for that person based on those beliefs is the only way it's going to get done. It's the only way it's going to happen. Not going on and then, you know, not getting anywhere, just typing up nonsense online. It's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah. It's all nonsensical.
But hey, that's the way the world, sadly.
Yeah.
It is. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the only one we're waiting for to commit to running again is Cunningham.
Oh yes.
You know. And I don't know if they had their RTC meeting last week or not. But.
Well, I'm sure he might. He's doing a pretty good job up there. I don't see.
Yeah, I think they'll have a hard time.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think if you're doing a good job, why not vote you back in again?
Right.
Right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, like Mike said.
Uh-huh.
Right.
All right. Guys, thank you very much for coming on in today.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to say sayonara for today.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in this morning. And maybe we won't play news anymore, and people will hang out and talk with us. Play the news, boom, people blitz. So,
yep.
All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight at 5:30, it's Jewett City versus Torrington. It is game number 1 of the 13 to 14-year-old All-Stars Junior League. So that is tonight right here on SNSN. Have a good day.
Don't just wish for a winning deal. Make it dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish. Make it dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without